Hello boys and girls, I am teacher Melinda Hughes, and today I am happy to do grade 5 social studies with you. For social studies, we will look at the topic Our Nation. However, the subtopic for Our Nation today is Symbols of Nationhood. Symbols of Nationhood. In this lesson, you will learn about the symbols that Guyana has since it became a nation. Before we do, I would like to recite a poem for you which I penned by myself. So the name of this poem is The Far Cry. The Far Cry, written by yours truly, teacher Melinda Hughes. Cry me a cry when massa carry me, far from home in an African country. Me holla and me bawl, oh Lord help me please. Watch how massa separate me from my brethren please. They sailed the ships across the Atlantic. They took them from India in Calcutta. They brought them here, Portuguese, East Indians, and Chinese too. They worked on the plantations as indenturers. Free they wanted to be, free they cried. They worked and worked until the time was through. Leaders they were who left Georgetown. They marched to the Queen in United Kingdom. Free at last, Guyana the free. Together we say, one people, one nation, one destiny. Boys and girls, that little poem, I'm sure if you paid attention, would have given details about life before Guyana became an independent nation. So what is a nation? Permit me to review with you. A nation is a community of people who live in a particular territory and has a common history, language, and descent. Who is a citizen? Because if there is a nation, then there must be citizens. Who is a citizen? A citizen is someone who shows loyalty and love for his country. A person can become a citizen of Guyana by birth, by descent, or by naturalization. So once you are in Guyana, either by birth, by descent, or naturalization, you are called a Guyanese. In Guyana, there are several ethnic groups, and so those groups we would have studied before. Hence, they are all Guyanese. Ever since Guyana became free from colonialism, Guyana has its own national symbols. So what is a national symbol? A national symbol is a symbol that sets one country apart from another. Symbols of nationhood indicate that Guyana has attained independence from Great Britain. National symbols are used to 1. Unite citizens of the nation. 2. To encourage them to become patriotic. And 3. To remind citizens of their history and culture. So symbols of nationhood have their role in the lives of the citizens of Guyana. Let's examine some of Guyana's national symbols. I am sure, boys and girls, you would have learned about these symbols in previous grades. So as I go through them, I am sure it will just be a refresher for you. So let's get going. 1. The national flag, which is named the Golden Arrowhead. 2. The coat of arms with the national motto. The national anthem, Green Land of Guyana. The national pledge. The arms of the president, which came into use in 1970 after Guyana attained its republican status. We also have currency and stamps. All these are symbols of nationhood. So let's examine the symbols one by one and what they signify. First, we will look at the national flag with the name the golden arrowhead. Who designed the golden arrowhead? It was designed by Whitney Smith. Yes, Whitney Smith is the person who designed the golden arrowhead. So that the golden arrowhead was one of our first national symbols. To honor our flag, it should always be flown in a position of honor or at the highest position when among other flags. Additionally, to honor the national flag, it should never be flown upside down or thrown on the ground. So there we have it, a little detail about the national flag, the golden arrowhead. Next, we will examine the colors that are on our national flag and what each color signifies. So boys and girls, I am sure you know the colors of the national flag. So let's go together: red, black, gold, white, and green. So let's examine what each color means and the proportion that it occupies on the flag. The red occupies 16% of the colors that are on the national flag. What does the red signify? It means zeal and dynamic task of nation building which lies before our nation. Next, we look at black. Black occupies 4%. And so, black signifies strength and endurance of the Guyanese people. The gold, which occupies 24% of our national flag, it simply signifies Guyana's mineral wealth and its fortress. The white, which occupies 6% of the colors that are found on the national flag, simply signifies Guyana's many water potential. And green, yes, green, which occupies 50% of the national flag, indicates that Guyana has a wealth of forests and its agricultural nature. So there you have it, boys and girls, the colors of the national flag and what each color signifies. Next, we look at the national coat of arms. There you have a picture of our national coat of arms. The coat of arms was designed by Mr. Stanley Greaves and Mr. L.R. Burroughs, also Mr. Alvin Bowman. So these three men, Mr. Stanley Greaves, Mr. L.R. Burroughs, and Mr. Alvin Bowman, they all worked together in designing the coat of arms. So the coat of arms came into use when Guyana gained its independence on May 26, 1966. This national symbol plays a significant role in depicting our nation's history and culture. Each part of the national coat of arms has its significance, and so I will go on to explain what each signifies. So let's identify. First, we have the Amerindian headdress. There it is, beautifully designed. The Amerindian headdress. What is its significance? The Amerindians are the indigenous people or the first people of Guyana. Next, we have the diamonds. The diamonds signify Guyana's mineral wealth. Yes, on the coat of arms, there are diamonds, 2 diamonds, and so those diamonds signify Guyana's mineral wealth. Next, we have the helmet. The helmet, which is found to the top of the national coat of arms. What does the helmet signify? It signifies that Guyana was once a monarchy, meaning a country that was ruled by a king or queen. The coat of arms has 2 jaguars. So I'll go on to explain what the jaguar signifies. The jaguar is Guyana's national animal. The word fauna is used to describe animals, and so Guyana has a lot of animals in its various territories across the various natural regions. So the jaguar is Guyana's national animal. So let's get on with it. There are two jaguars that are found on the national coat of arms, and so I will go on to explain what the one with the pickaxe represents. The jaguar with the pickaxe represents labor. In Guyana, there is a large labor force. Yes, men and women work not only to earn, but to develop this great country of ours. Next, there is another jaguar that is holding sugar cane and a stalk of rice. Yes, boys and girls, I am sure when you hear sugar cane and stalk of rice, agriculture comes to mind. Yes, because in Guyana, those two crops, sugar cane and rice, are our main agricultural products. And so the jaguar holding the sugar cane and the stalk of rice represents Guyana's two main agricultural crops, sugar and rice. Next, we will examine the shield. There is a shield on the coat of arms, and so the shield represents protection of Guyana, simply. The next part on the national coat of arms that I will look at is the flower. Guyana's national flower is the Victoria Regia lily. The Victoria Regia lily signifies that Guyana has a wealth of flora. Flora simply refers to plants that grow naturally in a particular place. So Guyana has a wealth of flora. Next, we will look at the three blue wavy lines. The three blue wavy lines. And of course, I am sure when you hear about the three blue wavy lines or you see them on the symbol, rivers and waters come to mind. Yes, Guyana, the word Guyana, which was given to us by our indigenous peoples, simply means land of many waters. And so those three blue wavy lines are in place because Guyana has many rivers and waterways. Next, we will look at the bird, another animal that can be found on our national coat of arms. The bird that is found on the national coat of arms is the kanji pheasant. The kanji pheasant is Guyana's national bird. Finally, on our coat of arms, there is a national motto. Yes, the motto that says, one people, one nation, one destiny. That is inscribed at the bottom of the national coat of arms. So there we have it, all the symbols on the national coat of arms and their significance. Next, we will examine another symbol, which is the national anthem. And so, the name of our national anthem is Green Land of Guyana. The lyrics of the national anthem were penned by Reverend A.L. Luker, and the music was put in place by R.C.G. Potter. Yes, and so we have an outstanding institution in Guyana that was named after Potter. That is the Cyril Potter College of Education. That's the place where all the teachers who are trained and who desire to be trained attend. So the national anthem has 4 stanzas. Of course, the stanzas tell us about the beauty of Guyana. It also tells us about the struggle that our foreparents went through as they fought for this land of ours, the land of Guyana. The national anthem came into use on May 26, 1966. We can honor our national anthem by standing at attention while it is being sung. Our next national symbol is the national pledge. The national pledge. And may I recite it quite politely for us? So I'll go. I pledge myself to honor always the flag of Guyana and to be loyal to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Guyana, to love my fellow citizens, and to dedicate my energies towards the happiness and prosperity of Guyana. Yes, boys and girls, those are the words of our national pledge. The national pledge came into use on May 26, 1966. The words of our national pledge are repeated with participants standing at attention with their right hand placed over the heart. And so I demonstrated a while ago how we should stand when the national pledge is being recited. Next, we will look at currency. Another symbol that Guyana gained at its independence was its money. This money is in the form of currency, which is known as Guyana dollar. Guyana dollar is in the form of notes and coins. These are used for payment of goods and services. Of course, after Guyana gained its independence, there were notes and coins. Some of them are no longer in use, and so on the screen I have some coins and a note that shows us then. Then means that these currency are no longer in use. So if you look carefully, you will notice that there is a 25-cent coin on the screen. Today, we no longer have the 25-cent coin. Of course, there is a note next to the 25-cent coin that says Bank of Guyana, $1. Today, we no longer have a $1 note, but $1 now comes in coin. So we have those currency or the money that Guyana uses presently. We have coins distributed in $1, $5, and $10 coins. We also have a $100 coin. On the other side, we have notes that represent the money that Guyana uses or Guyanese can use when they conduct business. So we have the $20 note, the $100 note. As a matter of fact, we have a $50 note as well, $500, $1,000, and a $5,000 note, which is usually referred to as the green money. So yes, boys and girls, in Guyana, ever since we gained our independence, we have our own currency. Finally, we have another national symbol, which is our stamps. Postage stamps is another national symbol. These were introduced as a means to publicize the culture and special occasions of Guyana. Stamps are used for postage and by other services, for example, receipts given for rental and collection of taxes, etc. So stamps have their place in our national symbols. I will now show you some of the stamps that are used in Guyana. There on the screen you can see stamps that have aquatic life, that is found in the waters of Guyana. We have stamps that have birds that are found in Guyana. And then we have some stamps to the bottom that show us the coat of arms. So there we see that stamps represent parts of our history and also the way of life or resources that can be found in Guyana. So boys and girls, there we have it, the symbols that indicate that Guyana is a nation that stands independent. I am sure that you are proud to know that Guyana has its own symbols of nationhood. So boys and girls, the next time you see the golden arrowhead, I want you to stand tall and proud. The next time you hear the national anthem being sung or you have to sing it, I want you to sing it with pride. The next time you have to recite the national pledge, I want you to do so with pride because Guyana has its own national symbols. Until next time, boys and girls, do be safe and have fun as you go through the national symbols of Guyana.